In today's video script, Anna often reminded herself that she had everything a woman could wish for: a stable marriage, a warm and comfortable home, and a husband who had never once raised his voice or shown the faintest sign of anger toward her. Michael was everything people spoke of in admiration: dependable, disciplined, and patient in ways that made Anna feel both secure and occasionally restless. He worked tirelessly, never missed a bill, and always paused in the doorway each morning to kiss her forehead before heading out to the office. Yet, as the years passed, Anna began to realize that the kind of stability she had once believed to be a blessing was not the same as passion. The excitement, the fire that had once ignited her very soul, had faded. Nights once filled with stolen kisses and whispered secrets beneath soft sheets had become ritualistic routines. Now, Michael would settle on the couch with his laptop, typing away at late-night emails, while Anna scrolled endlessly through her phone or folded laundry with a distracted sigh. Conversations were reduced to logistics: bills, groceries, whether the car needed maintenance, practicalities that left no room for desire. Anna loved Michael. That much was certain. But somewhere along the way, love had become a gentle hum rather than a blazing flame. She often stood before the mirror, running her hand along her figure, questioning whether she had changed. Was she no longer the woman who once drew his eyes instantly? A frustration simmered inside her as she bit her lip, realizing that her body still remembered longing her marriage no longer acknowledged. Then came the evening that shifted everything. Michael announced casually, with a rare spark in his eyes, "Darius is coming over for dinner. We haven't seen each other in years, and he's in town for a few days. I thought it would be great to catch up." Anna nodded politely, already planning the meal in her mind. She remembered hearing snippets about Darius in Michael's scattered college stories. The friend who was always a step ahead. The one who coaxed him into reckless adventures. The tales painted him as bold, larger than life, perhaps even magnetic. Anna assumed he would be like most of Michael's acquaintances: polite, harmless, forgettable. But when the doorbell rang the next evening, all assumptions crumbled. Darius stepped into the doorway with an ease that made the air itself shift. Tall, broad-shouldered, with a smile both warm and mischievous, he carried himself as though the world was already waiting for him to be noticed. His voice was smooth, his tone low, yet commanding as he greeted Anna, eyes flicking over her with a spark of recognition that sent an unexpected shiver down her spine. For a brief moment, Anna forgot to breathe. She bit her lip, an unconscious, reflexive gesture, not because of any words he had spoken, but because of the raw awareness his presence stirred inside her. "Anna, right?" Darius said, extending his hand. Michael wasn't exaggerating. "You're even more captivating than he described." The compliment caught her completely off guard. She shook his hand quickly, murmuring a quiet thank you, then stepped aside to let him in. Michael clapped Darius on the back, their laughter filling the hallway as stories of the past began to flow freely. Anna busied herself in the kitchen, arranging plates and silverware, but her thoughts kept returning to the man now comfortably seated in her living room. Dinner was lively. Michael was animated, brighter than Anna had seen in months, recalling old pranks, mishaps, and adventures with a boyish energy. Yet every so often, Anna felt Darius's gaze upon her, lingering just long enough to make her acutely aware of her own heartbeat. She tried to dismiss it, convincing herself it was only her imagination. But when she served the main course, Darius rose to help her, brushing slightly against her shoulder as he reached for a dish. The contact was innocent, fleeting, yet it sent a shock of warmth through her, unexpected and unnerving. Her lip throbbed where she had bitten it, a sharp reminder of sensations she had long suppressed. Michael, oblivious, continued to recount the night he and Darius had gotten locked out of their dorm room, the room filling with laughter, but Anna barely heard it. She was caught in a web of guilt and intrigue, wondering why her body responded so strongly to a man she had only just met. Later, as the men moved to the living room with glasses of whiskey, Anna lingered in the kitchen, stacking dishes with deliberate slowness. She told herself it was nothing. She was a married woman, and this curiosity, this spark, was forbidden. And yet, Darius's presence clung to her like an invisible thread, teasing a truth she was not prepared to face. That night, lying beside Michael, listening to the steady rhythm of his breathing, Anna stared at the ceiling. Her lip was sore from biting it repeatedly, not due to pain, but due to the awareness that something inside her had irrevocably shifted. Desire, curiosity, temptation, all had crept back into her consciousness like an intruder she could not ignore. The next evening, Anna approached dinner with a meticulousness she tried to justify as thoughtfulness for Michael's old friend. Yet before the doorbell rang, she found herself in front of the mirror, adjusting her dress, smoothing stray strands of hair, acutely aware of the sudden quickening of her pulse. Darius arrived, casual in fitted jeans and a shirt that accentuated his physique without effort. His greeting was polite, yet his eyes lingered, a subtle but unmistakable spark of recognition from the night before. Dinner passed with laughter and nostalgia, but the atmosphere between Anna and Darius was charged. His gaze seemed to find her first, a silent acknowledgement of the tension that neither dared speak of aloud. When she rose to clear the dishes, Darius followed her into the kitchen. The room was smaller, quieter, intimate. Anna focused on the sink, determined to appear unaffected, yet the warmth of his presence brushed against her skin. "You've been quiet tonight," he remarked softly, voice lowered, stripped of the casual cheer he displayed at the table. "I'm just letting you two catch up," Anna replied, eyes fixed on the dishes. A pause, a soft chuckle. "Funny, feels like you're the only one I notice." Her hand stilled. The words, simple yet loaded, struck deep, rippling through her chest. She should have turned, should have reminded him of boundaries. But instead, she bit her lip again, caught between denial and undeniable truth. He stepped closer, voice low, almost a whisper. "Michael doesn't see it, does he? The way you keep yourself, the way you look at me." Anna wanted to protest, but the words caught in her throat. She had looked at him. Worse, she wanted to continue looking. The truth, undeniable and frightening, pulsed through her with every heartbeat. Darius leaned slightly closer, hand brushing hers in a fleeting, electrifying touch. Her breath hitched, body taut with conflict. She could step back, assert her boundaries, remind herself of her marriage, but she didn't. Her silence, unintentional yet powerful, became tacit permission. A dangerous, intoxicating permission. Her lip throbbed again from biting, but she could not move. His breath hovered near her neck, warm and intoxicating. The sound of Michael's laughter upstairs was a faint echo, distant, yet the weight of guilt pressed down upon her chest. "You didn't stop me," Darius murmured. Eyes steady, unwavering, Anna swallowed hard. I should have," she whispered, voice trembling. "But you didn't," he said again, the phrase both a declaration and a promise. The tension broke slightly as he stepped back, his gaze never leaving hers. He moved toward his jacket, a subtle release, leaving Anna standing frozen. Relief and disappointment tangled in her chest, a storm she could not quell. Later, Michael's laughter faded as he called it a night. Anna remained, her mind replaying every glance, every brush of warmth, every word left unsaid. She busied herself with dishes, hands steady but pulse racing. Darius stepped close again, voice soft, almost conspiratorial. "You don't have to clean everything tonight," he murmured. "I'd rather keep busy," she replied, heart thundering. The night stretched endlessly. Each glance, each unspoken word between them was a secret they carried silently, heavy and undeniable. Anna's mind wrestled with guilt and desire, her body betraying the vows she had once considered sacred. By morning, sunlight streamed through the curtains, illuminating a house that seemed unchanged, yet Anna knew better. Michael kissed her forehead, blissfully unaware, while she carried a secret that weighed her down and set her pulse alight. The boundary she had crossed was no longer theoretical, it was real. She had betrayed him, perhaps not in the physical sense, but in the only way that mattered to her. She had surrendered her desires to temptation, and for the first time in years, felt alive in a dangerous, consuming way. Hours turned into days, and Anna's life felt like a fragile illusion.